not fear no man but God. Though I walk through the valley of death, and shed so many tears.
I should die before I wake.
Please, God, walk with me
And take me to heaven. Back in elementary, I thrived on misery. Left me alone, I grew up amongst a dying breed. Inside my mind, couldn't find a place to rest until I got that Doug like tatted on my chest. Tell me, can you feel me? I'm not living in the past, you wanna last. Be the first to blast. Remember Cato, no longer witness see deceits. Call on the sirens, seen them murdered in the streets. Now rest in peace. Is there heaven for a G? Remember me, so many homies in the cemetery shed so many tears.
I suffered through the years and shed so many tears.
Lord,
I lost so many peers and shed so many tears.
now that I'm struggling in this business, by any means, label me greedy, getting green, but seldom seen. And the world cause I'm cursed, I'm having visions of leaving here in the hearse. God, can you feel me? Take me away from all the pressure and all the pain. Show me some happiness again. I'm going blind, I spend my time in the cell, ain't living well. I know my destiny is hell, but did I fail? My life is in denial, and when I die, baptized in eternal fire, shed so many tears. Lord,
I suffered through the years and shed so many tears.
Lord,
I lost so many peers and shed so many tears.
now I'm lost and I'm weary, so many tears. I'm suicidal, so don't stand in me. My every move is a calculated step to bring me closer to embracing early death. Now there's nothing left. There was no mercy on the streets, I couldn't rest. I'm barely standing, about to go to pieces, screaming peace. And though my soul was deleted, I couldn't see it. I had my mind full of demons trying to break free. They planted seeds and they hatched, sparking the flame inside my brain like a match. Such a dirty game, no memories, just a misery. Painting a picture of my enemies killing me in my sleep. Will I survive till the morning to see the sun? Please Lord forgive me for my sins, cause here I come. Lord,
I suffered through the years and shed so many tears.
God,
I lost so many peers and
Lord knows I tried. Been a witness to homicides and drive-bys taking lives, little kids die. Wonder why as I walk by, broken hearted as I glance at the chalk line, getting high. This ain't the life for me, I wanna change, but ain't no future right for me, I'm stuck in the game. I'm trapped inside a maze, see this Tangeray influence me to getting crazy, disillusioned lately. I've been really wanting babies, so I can see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady, cause she's a product of this poison. I'm hearing noises, think she's f***ing on my boys, can't take no more. I'm falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me into heaven's door. Shed so many tears. Lord, I lost so many years and shed so many tears.
I lost so many peers and shed so many tears.
Lord,
I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. I lost so many peers and shed so many tears.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say. Viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
How's everybody doing? Come on in. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I know I just posted it, and people are probably still getting the 30-minute notification. But I wanted to just get started because I don't want to be on all night. Like I said, Friday I'm going to test some different nights out for the call-in show, as it's the summertime now, and what was once a popular Friday night show, I can tell people are enjoying the warmer weather and they're not in the house on Friday nights, right? So I want to switch the night, right? So I'm going to be testing a few different nights, probably early in the week. Ultimately, it's probably going to be sometime between Sunday and Tuesday. I know if I do it on Sunday, it'll go, but I also don't want to commit to specific days, as I want to enjoy the summer as well. So maybe Monday or Tuesday. So I want to see how this Monday turns out, and then maybe next week I'll test Tuesday, and then I'll decide from there which day I want to do it. But we'll see how it turns out tonight. We'll see if a Monday summer is better than a Friday summer. So all right, so come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me know where you guys are checking in from. Oh, I didn't pin the link. I did not pin the link. My bad. Let me see. Call in link. Let me see. Coaching. Call in link free. Coaching. All right, let me put that. Let's pin this to the top. Don't. All right, boom. All right, link is pinned to the top. All right, let's see what we get. Let's see how Monday night turns out in comparison to Friday night. Shout out to Moving Company Hustle, SD Walt, Sharks World, Velocious Logistics, Kelvin Birch, Rich Jew. Mark, how was the workout? Man, I didn't even go to the gym. I just worked out in the gym in the building. So it wasn't a ferocious workout like I would normally do, but it was something better than nothing. Anything beat a blank. So I just went to the gym in the building. It was empty, and I just pretty much did some cardio, some light legs, and I brought my behind back down stairs. So tomorrow I'll be back in the gym. See, I don't like working in the gym in the building because it's just like every time I go up there, I'll be the only one up there. So it's just not like it's like ain't no motivation in there. When it's just you in the gym by yourself, it's like I need, like, okay, the way they got the gym, okay, you get the skyline and all that shit, but like I need something else going on. I need some other motivation, if you know what I'm saying. I need something going on, right? So I don't be really motivated when I work out in the building. That's why I don't work out in the building. So I'd rather go to a gym and pay a membership than work out here. So, but it was all right. I went up there, got a little cardio in, got on the treadmill, did a little light legs, and came on back downstairs. Hey, big bro, how's OG? Hopefully she's doing well. Yeah, I was over there today. She's doing better, moving around. She actually had a doctor's appointment today. What is that called? That post-surgery stuff. Yeah, and that was today. So, yeah, she's doing better. So that's a blessing. Yep, appreciate you for asking. Surviving as you are. Yeah, Kevin, what's going on, man? The other day, man, you seem like you was a little down. I wanted to, go in on you. I felt like I need to, because you told me something that really didn't set too well with me when you said, man, something you said, man. I just let it go. I let it slide because you just didn't seem like you was in a place where you you didn't seem like you was in a place where um, you would be accepting of uh, 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 some of the classic Mark motivation. So I let you, I let you, I let you slide, I let you fall, I let you live a little bit. You dig? So I let you live a little bit. Hired Gun 5, mean old guy back in from late last evening. Tune back in. Appreciate you for coming back in. It's a call-in show, man. So we try Monday night out, see how Monday night works. Summertime, like I was saying earlier. I remember when we were doing, what was we doing? I was doing some type of Friday night show, and I noticed that in the summertime, I noticed from last year in the summertime, obviously people are enjoying the summer. So when I was getting those large numbers for the call-in show in the wintertime, obviously because people were in the house, it's not like that no more. So I want to move the call-in show from the typical Friday night, right, to probably earlier in the week when people are in the house, right? So we want to test out Monday night this week. We're going to test out Tuesday night probably next week. So that's why we're here tonight, just to see what the audience is like. I wanted to test out it last night, but I ended up doing something else last night because I knew it was a game last night. So I'm testing out tonight. We'll do Tuesday night next week. And then depending on the comparison between the two, I may test a Sunday out and see how that is. I have sciatica injury, but I'm going through some things, but I'm still doing my thing, doing Spark delivery and Uber Eats. All right. That's what you told me. You told me something about Uber or Lyft or something. You said you're going to try to do it. That's what I was. Yeah, you said you're going to try to do it. In my head, I'm like, try to do it? Just do it. And then you were saying that the money, you didn't think the money, but anything beat a blank, man. Anything beats a blank, especially when you are in a tough situation. If it's something that if you're doing it and it's not going to cost you money to do, if it's a profit, it may not be what you may be accustomed to. It may not be what you feel you may be worth at that particular time. But if you are in a tough situation, anything beats a blank. Sometimes you got to accept. Sometimes you gotta humble yourself, in certain situations, so that you stay afloat, so that one day you can get ahead. So that's what you said. Something just kind of just didn't sit well with me, but I could read your face, and I said I ain't gonna mess with him. I ain't gonna mess with him. I'm gonna let him live. I'm gonna let him live. You said I'm doing it, Mark. You giving me the Henry Horner. So you giving me a friendly reminder, and that's one thing. That's one thing, but you also gotta understand that you know I know your situation, right? I know your situation. Obviously, people who follow the channel, you know your situation. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I'm keeping it a buck with you. In your situation, you should have the black mask on. And I'm not saying it like literally put the black mask on and what comes along with the black mask, coming from, where I know you come from. But I'm saying that's the type of mentality you should have. You should be out here trying to rob and slay any opportunity that come across your way. Anything that's presented in front of you, you should be trying to destroy it. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be out here you should be out here trying to take these opportunities. Whatever opportunities you can go on your phone and make money, you should be trying to take advantage of every single last one of them. Like literally, you should be out here cutthroat. You should be out here cutthroat. You know what I mean? So I don't want to really hear no excuses. You in a large market, fourth largest market in the country. There's opportunities there. So I don't. It's like I hear you. I know. See me. I know when the. I know when to pull accountability mark out, and I know when to fall back. I can read a person's face and be like, now ain't the time. You know what I'm saying? And that day it wasn't the time, but now that it's been a few days, I think you need to really take some time and divide your day up. Like you out there doing that 8 hours, let's say 6 to 8 hours. You had, I think from what you told me, you got like 16 hours more left in your day. So you need to take another 8 hours and be making money another 8 hours. And then I think another 8 hours you can spend at home, resting, eating, preparing for the next day. Those 16 hours is just too much free time in your position. So, figure out something and get to it. Just picked up a second job for $23 an hour starting out. That's what's up. That's what's up. Howdy, Mark. Call in show link pinned to the top of the chat. I want to holler at some people on the screen, man. On the screen, call in, man. Thoughts on AIT. My nephew wants to get in, but has a few minor felonies. Because of that, he wants me to apply under my name and just have him as a helper. I mean, if you're gonna be out doing the work, if you're gonna be the contractor on the account, yeah. But if he has a few felonies, they background the helpers too. They background anybody that's out on that truck that's going into people's homes. So the contractor, whether the contractor is going to be on the truck or not, the driver and the helper, right? Contractor gets background. The people that are doing the work get background, right? So just because he has felonies doesn't mean that they won't accept him as the contractor. But if he's a helper on the truck, they'll accept it. No, anybody that is on the truck that's going to be servicing the account and that is going to be going in and out of people's homes. You say you can't. Oh, I don't know. But AIT definitely background checks everybody that is a part. So you'll be the contractor, right? They're going to background check you, but whoever the driver and the helper is, they got to get background checked too. So whatever is, deterring him that's on his background, it's going to follow him no matter if he's the contractor, the driver, the helper. They're going to background check him. Have I heard of home delivery link? Yep. I sure have. I sure have. All right, link pinned to the top of the chat. Call in show link pinned to the top of the chat. I think it's pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, it's pinned to the top of the chat. We'll just drop it in the chat one more again. Call in link. Yeah, buddy. What's up with home delivery link? I haven't heard anything about them like as of recently, like the past year, but I definitely at one time they were, I wouldn't call them a force to be reckoned with, but they was out here doing their thing. They're hiring you as an independent contractor. That's what's up. Congratulations. For curbside or for final mile big and bulky, what they got going on over there for you? And what market are you in? You in the mid, like the Tennessee or something like that, St. Louis? $7.25 a day in my hometown for a Costco final mile. Big and bulky final mile, right? Big and bulky final mile, $7.25 a day. Did you negotiate that $7.25, or did you? Is that just what they offered you? Uh, mm, St. Louis said he picked up a second job, 23 hours, because he had too much free time on his hands. That's what I'm saying. Like, Kelvin, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So, do 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 do. Tri-Cities, Washington, big and bulky. They said that there's that flat rate, but they pay more for travel teams and they cover a percentage of fuel and paying more extra stops. Yeah, so travel teams is becoming more and more popular as less people want to do final mile, so people are having to go into other markets that the recruiters are having hard time sourcing talent for. So, but those travel teams, they pay good money. You saw the one travel team guy that came up on the last call-in show last Friday. So, yo,
What up, Mark?
what's up?
Chilling, man. Out here doing some gig apps. I just wanted to touch on what you were talking about earlier about the apps.
Yeah, yesterday you said you wanted to come up. You said you had some something you wanted to
Yeah,
talk about.
I was gonna start some shit with Kirk Punk ass. Hey.
Uh,
Yeah,
well,
I
what
was
you
gonna
want to talk?
start some shit with Kirk.
Well, you could talk about the apps first, and then you could do
Oh
that
shit, man.
afterwards.
I was saying in the chat, people were saying gig apps ain't paying, DoorDash ain't this, Instacart. I mean, me personally, man, I feel like if you're going to get that bread, you should be making it work. Like shit. Friday night when you was doing the live, I got off work full 8 hours, and I was doing gig gas to 9 o'clock. Then I went home, got me 3 4 hours of sleep, and then went to my truck route. Bro, it's money out here. You just got to get to it. Like you got to make them gig apps work for you. You got to run 3 4 apps at a time. Keep it in your vicinity, keep it up under 10 miles, and you could get this money.
So you worked a full-time job, did some gig apps, went home for 3 hours, and then went out and ran was it an overnight box truck route?
Yeah, Amazon route.
Let me ask you this: what do you think what motivates you to do all that, and what do you think is preventing other people that may be in a similar situation to you, or maybe not a similar situation where it's not you may, I'm not saying you're in a bad situation, but when I'm asking you what motivates you to do all that, and why do you think people that probably need to do what you doing don't want to do it? If that makes sense.
Shit, the money motivate me. That's number one. Number two, people don't want to do it because they see, oh, $2, $3, that ain't shit. But in my opinion, all that money add up. Shit, it ain't nothing else to do but to get out here and get it. All of it add up, $2, $3, it all adds up. Especially if you can make $5 every 15 minutes on these gig apps, that comes to $20 an hour. You know what I'm saying? That's more than what I make at my 9 to 5. And in my opinion, all these gig apps require less work too. I just got the job for security purpose. I got good benefits. I work for a $1 billion company. You know,
Mhm.
but there's money out here. People need to stop bitching about it and go get it.
Hmm. Hmm. So what's your average day of work combined with everything you got going on?
What with, with my job, with my 9 to 5 too?
Well, you only do the box trucking on the weekend, right?
Yeah, I do that Friday and Saturday, sometimes Sunday. But
Okay.
my daily pay from work, I make about 170 a day. Then I get off, go do some gig apps. I probably hit about $60, 60 to 75 in gig apps a day. Then my route on the weekends, depending on how far I go, my top is where I max out is at 150 for about 200 miles. But on the light end of that, I probably make 100 for 100 miles.
Mhm. Okay, that's good. That's good. So I mean, if it worked for you, then yeah, man. So yeah, man, I applaud your
Yeah,
effort, man.
yeah. I also telling somebody they said DoorDash trash. I say, well, I take half what I make every day. I put it in my pocket. I fill my tank up, get some cigarettes, and I put the rest in stocks. So I
Mm.
don't understand how making money is trash. Even if it's
Hmm.
$2 I'm investing, I'm gonna put that shit in there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think some people follow the golden rule that you always say: send your money out. Make it a soldier. Make your money
Mm.
make money for you. I mean, if
Mm.
$2 gonna bring you 25 cents, 10 cents on the stock, I'm gonna take it. I ain't doing nothing with it.
Right. So 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 during the regular week, you work two. Well, you work one job and then you gig it, and then on the weekend you do the job, you gig it, and then you you do the box truck thing overnight. Let me ask you this: how much of the money when you make it collectively throughout the week combined? How much of that money? What percentage would you say are you investing?
Uh, I probably say I try to put probably about 30%. I'm trying.
30%.
Yeah,
Okay.
30% of all that extra money. I usually take my whole check and put it towards the crib and, take care of bills, take care of house. And, the little gig out money, it just be the play money and investment money. So I say
Mm.
I invest probably about 70% of it. I mean, 30% of it.
30%. So you basically going out for the extra money so that you can take that money and invest it.
Damn right. Why not? I ain't doing shit. Yeah, that's what I'm
Mm.
doing.
Mm.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing.
Somebody said 30% is too much. So let me ask you this: your living expenses probably low then.
My whole paycheck, my whole 9 to 5 go towards the crib, paying bills and all that. Like I stay in St. Louis. The cost of living here, what they pay really ain't much.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole 9 to 5 go to paying bills and taking care of the house. Then with the gig app, I use that to I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, but I do smoke cigarettes. I use that to get my cigarettes, put gas in the tank, work on my car, and any little extra activities I do with the family.
So only bad habit that you got is squares.
Yeah, man, I'm about to smoke one right now.
How much money you spending a week on squares?
On cigarettes? Uh,
Y'all don't call it squares down in St. Louis?
nah. I mean, some people do, but not me. I just say,
I thought a
I
lot
just
of
say do.
I thought a lot of people from East St. Louis, that's in Illinois.
Yeah,
You
that's a
on
whole
the
different. Yeah,
but it's
I'm on the
connected.
south side.
So East St. Louis, Illinois is connected to St. Louis, Missouri, though, right? It's just the state line divides the two, right?
Nah, the highway.
What, 55?
Yeah, East St. Louis don't fuck with us for real. They do their own thing. They a whole, you know, they over there, in Illinois. They claim they Illinois usually, but they usually they don't fuck with us. Like we got to go to the club on their side though, but I don't do the club no more.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
they them cats they get mad when you say they from over this way. They make it known they from east. That's how the west do it out here too.
Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, so your cost of living is real low. So then shit, if you can invest 30% of your income
Yeah,
into
I cut that cable bill out. I cut all them apps off, Netflix, all that shit.
so what y'all
Oh, you
do for
got time?
what y'all do for
Huh?
entertainment? So how your kids like
Shit,
what
they be on the game, man. They got the VR. They got the PS4 and PS5. All I got is the internet.
mm,
I got one app. Whatever the app is that power come on, because my wife like to watch power. That's the only app I got. The other shit, I got rid of the cable. I got rid of the extra shit I ain't need on my phone. I got a basic line with internet. Eh, I got rid of all that shit.
mm. So what's the goal for you now with the whole box trucking thing? You still what, cargo van or what?
Man, to be honest, I'm thinking about cargo van, but shit, the way I've been doing, following your teaching, getting the money, making the money work for me, shit. I feel like I don't even need to go get a box truck or a cargo van because I'm comfortable with what I'm doing.
Hmm.
It's still in the driving field, delivery field and all that. Shit, I mean, shit. I feel like I'm getting comfortable now. I hit
So
the
so
gig
you
gas when I want.
hmm So you okay with? I mean, I'm
I,
not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying you comfortable with just driving the box truck for Amazon for the lady you driving it for. You think that's adequate enough instead of dealing with the uh the what you got to deal with from an owner operator standpoint.
yeah, to be honest, I like Amazon from a driver position because I've been going to the same facilities for 2 years, and I know everybody in every facility I go to. I know all the supervisors. I mean, shit, I'm feeling kind of comfortable.
Hmm.
And then I always think about what you always say. If you got a business, you gonna have to work harder because you're gonna have to get out there and grind for yourself. Me personally, I feel like I'm grinding right now, but I ain't grinding as hard as I would if I had my own business. But
Well,
shit,
shit.
I feel like shit. I'm making money. I'm comfortable.
Well, what changed between the pandemic and now? Because I think you said when the pandemic, when you was looking at box truck content, you was watching box truck content actively because you was thinking about coming in, right, as an owner operator. What shifted your mind from that mentality to where you at now?
Watching your videos and just getting the real, because everybody I was watching always had good news and positive things to say, but I could never find nothing about if I was to get in a jam, where do I go from there? If I can't find work, where do I go from there? I could never find that from other content creators, so I found Joe channel. Like
So
when I
even
found Joe channel,
go ahead.
it's
I'm
like
sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say when I found your channel, that's when it got real to me. Like it wasn't sweet, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody was making it all sweet and good, but in reality, it wasn't. Like with the stuff I learned from your channel, and then doing more research on the things that you say, it it ain't sweet out here. It's hard getting started. It ain't as easy as everybody was making it seem.
So when you realized it was hard, you just said, "Man, it's just one." You just decided it wasn't for you, or you didn't want to take the
Nah,
risk.
nah,
You didn't want to take the risk.
nah. I still went forward with. I watched all your content. What up? I had watched all your content. I had watched all your content, and then cause I had a business plan from watching other people, and it turns out it was really shit. So I had made a new. I had watched all your content, and with the you know the with the research, doing a little bit of research too, I ended up doing another business plan, which turned out 10 times better because I had the knowledge of what you put out there, and then I started. That's when I really started talking more to owner operators when I go to the facility, and then not too long ago, you started the in the stocks, and I started
Hmm.
looking at that shit. I started going to get money and shit. I just came to the situation where I'm not living check to check no more, and it helped me a lot. I ain't living check to check no more. Looking back, man, it's just looking better.
You breaking up, big dog.
Oh shit, my bad.
Hello. Yo.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Last thing we
Yeah,
heard
I'm
was you
finna
ain't
pull
living
over
check to
real
check no
quick.
more.
Yeah, I was saying, following your teachings, I'm not living check to check no more. And with the stock situation, I started looking into dividend stocks. So I'm getting a little bit of money on the back end from that, making a little something off that. It ain't much, but shit, I'm just feeling more comfortable now. Like shit. And ain't nothing wrong with working a 9 to 5 and hitting these gig apps. You might be more happy, more relaxed, more stress free.
Wow, man. I'm glad that things is working out for you. You know what I'm saying? Sound like you happy where you at, and that's a good thing. A lot of people ain't happy where they at. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think, and this is what I be talking about. Like business ain't for everybody. I'm not saying it's not for you, but I think a lot of people don't approach it the way you kind of really assessed everything, and then you came to some type of conclusion where you happy with where you at. So
Yeah, I'm still thinking. I think I'm gonna get a little pickup truck and just start some little moving shit on the side, cause where I'm at, it's a lot of colleges and universities in my area. So I'm gonna start moving stuff on the weekend. I'm gonna start doing that. Another little
mhm.
side hustle. Just shit. I think people just put too much thought into it, too much stress. They think ain't
Mhm.
nothing out here, but if you assess your situation and do what's best for you and your family, you will come to a good conclusion that something that'll make you happy.
That's good, man. Sound like you got it all figured out, man. That's good, man. I'm glad
Yeah, man.
it's working out for you, man. I'm glad that, man, some of the stuff that I be talking about, you applied it and it actually worked for you. So
I mean, I
that's
ain't
a
just
good.
applying. I'm still applying it.
That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's
every
up,
day.
man. That's what's up. What else is going on? Everything good? Family good? What's going on? Everything else
Yeah,
copacetic
man.
out here?
Yeah, everybody eat. Everybody eat around here.
That's
I
what's
can't
up, man.
complain. Shit, I feel like I wake up every day. I can't complain because if you just look at the positive side of things, you'll have a better day. I mean, that's my thing. Uh, don't just look down at the bad shit. Look at what you can do to fix it. How you can improve yourself.
Mm,
That's
mm,
what
mm.
this is what I've been doing.
That's what's up, man. But other than that, everything copacetic out here. I know yesterday I seen you in the chat going crazy, man. So
Yeah, man, I had to mess with Kirk Follows because they be trying to nitpick with that dumb shit, saying they slick. Kirk
yeah,
with his
I heard a
pussy
few
ass.
people I heard a few people got booted over there yesterday. I went back and looked at some of it, man. I'm just not going to indulge. I mean, I know he this is the way I look at it. And I know he watches and I know his subscribers watch. I really don't care. Uh
Yeah, man, Kirk
he,
pussy.
I certain things that I just won't do, right? The banter
I
back
would.
and forth, I'll indulge in it, you know what I'm saying? But I've never I I don't sneak this, you know what I'm saying? I'll name your name and I'll respond when you say something to me. What I've never done is I've never mentioned anyone's family members. I haven't slighted anyone's family members. I haven't brought anyone's wives into anything, anyone's children's, anyone's mother. Like there's just certain things that I just won't do. Regardless of what a person does, and if they do it to me, I just won't do it. I'm just not going to do it. But I'll hold them accountable for it, right? And just some of the stuff that I caught because I was streaming yesterday in the members only when he was going on that shit, and I caught this just for me. Just I think somebody else said they got booted. I just skimmed through it earlier today, and I caught some of the shit he said about like through slights at my mom. He doesn't say his mama. He's like, you're raised by your mama and all that. And you could look at it like, well, that ain't really nothing, but it is. Like, don't slight or mention or make any innuendos when it comes to anyone, especially my OG. I don't play that. If I don't
Yeah, the
mention your
pussy.
family, you see what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, me personally, I'm not gonna go that direction because I can get ignorant and I can go low. I don't think people realize how low I can get. But I try to before I get
I
get to
man,
that before I get to that point, I have to take a step back because here's how I look at things, right? To banter back and forth is fine. I think it's okay because if you give an education, like I'll banter, but then I do my little educational thing, and then if I get tired of the sneak dissing, and if I feel like it's getting a little bit too disrespectful, then I'll go in. I haven't really went in the way I could really go in, but I'll never go in to the point where I'm throwing little sneak disses and innuendos and mentioning people's moms and trying to get personal. I never got personal with nobody. I always keep it on the content because I feel like if a person gets personal, then they're losing. They have to go outside of the box to do something that they feel like is going to hurt you, and you should never get personal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to stoop to that level because if I go there, then it's just going to, I'm telling you, and you may not
it,
believe me. Other people may not believe me, but it's gonna be to the point where motherfucker, man, why, man, why you didn't have to do that? So I have to think about shit and pull myself back because I don't want to go there. Certain if a person's family member isn't involved, why am I going to throw little innuendos? You see what I'm saying?
I'm,
So
I'm here, Mark.
I just
I be reading between the lines. I'm here already.
but and I'm gonna say this, and I just if he had more real people around him instead of people that you know, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Encourage him, because I think what happens is when you don't have people to say, you know what, that's taking a little bit too much. You might want to retract what you said about the little innuendo you made. Keep certain things and family members. Don't make little slights here because my OG really just had surgery 2 weeks ago. So when you make little slights like that, dude, that make me really, you know what I'm saying? So to, do that, it just lets me know. Now, here's the thing. I could really go there. And I really have been keeping my cool. And the shit that I could do, it's not going to affect just him. It's going to affect people close to him. And it's going to be really, really detrimental to people that's really, really close to him. And I swear for God on everything that I love. You dig what I'm saying? So I've really been patient and I really have exercised a lot of self-control. Now, what I would say is that, if you have people that you talk to that you deem, good people, and this is for those people too, and you deem the individual a good person, encouraging a person's bad behavior, especially when it gets to a point where it's throwing little innuendos at personal people, family, mothers and shit, and you don't say nothing, to me, that lets me know what type of individuals are around, right? That encourage this behavior. And now what happens is when you throw little slights of innuendos and you create this, right? Because you are the person who are the you're the cause, right? You go out and you are the one, the initiator, right? You can't get mad eventually when I come with that fire. You can't say, yo, man, you didn't have to take it there because I'm minding my business. I've never threw in any window at a person's mom or, children or nothing. Nothing. I've never done that. I always keep it on the content. I don't never get personal with nobody. Never. I've never gotten personal.
I'm gonna say
So when I come, I don't want to hear nobody's mouth. I don't want to hear shit from nobody because I've been really patient for about 6 and 7 months. And I swear for God, see, a lot of people may not think like, oh, well, I'm telling you, when I come, motherfuckers are going to be shocked. Like when I tell you I'm coming, it's going to be shit motherfuckers. They're going to be surprised. It's going to be people that are near and dear. And I'm going to be bogus for some of it. Motherfuckers going to be like, you bogus. But I'm telling you, I mean this shit on everything I love. Leave me the fuck alone. And if it's people that's close to him hearing what I'm saying, they should probably go tell him. I don't know. It sounds like he got some shit that's going to be crucial. I swear for everything I love, it's going to be people that are near and dear. Leave me alone. I don't want no problems. I'm telling you, I'm not, and I've been patient. And I tell you if I tell you I've been patient, it's because I don't want to go there. Leave me alone. Don't ever make no innuendos. And for me to be this patient with innuendos with my OG, and she's recovering right now, bro, by the grace of God, I've been patient, right? Because I still, you see what I'm saying? So leave me alone, bro. Leave me alone.
I go there with it. That you jumped on the line. You knew what was up. That's why you said you came in because it was going somewhere they don't need to go. Cause I was finna get his ass.
Man, that's why I stopped y'all because I saw where it was finna go. So I called myself being a good person there, and it kind of backfired on me. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is I don't. If I got an issue with somebody, I'm gonna keep it with that person. I never slight nobody's family ever.
Yeah, you
because if I was going to do that, I had a chance to do that a year and a half ago.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? I didn't do it. So I've been patient. And I think people don't realize that I've been patient because I haven't really went there. If I go there, it's gonna be different. So I just feel like and people will realize, well, damn, yeah, he been patient. If he's really like not went that far, and this man got dates and timestamps and it was way before you know what I'm saying? Like he been patient. So just leave me alone, bro. Don't make no innuendos about my mom and no Bible and shit like this. Because what happens is when people encourage that shit and they laugh at it, when a person reacts and responds, none of these people are gonna be able to save them. They're not gonna be able to help them. They're not gonna be able to help them. No, I don't want to name, but what happens is none of these people are gonna be able to help him. You see what I'm saying? So don't encourage someone who feels like because you laugh with them and you talk about this shit and talk about me, that gives that person the encouragement to keep doing it. And then what happens is he don't know what is on limits and what's off limits. And then when you say shit that's off limits, right? And I don't respond, it's a reason why I'm not responding. Because if you say something, you throw an innuendo about my OG, then I'm not finna respond. And it's a reason why I'm not gonna respond. Because what's known don't need to be explained. Now I'll go back and forth with you on basic little banter, right? That's on the content, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna mention his mama, even if he mentions mine. I'm not gonna mention because I don't know that lady. Just like he don't know mine. I'm not gonna mention his wife, and I've met his wife, but I'm still not gonna mention her because I'm not gonna. Nigga, I ain't that weak to the point where I gotta go outside of whatever the issue is between us to go outside to feel like, okay, well, this is really gonna hurt him. Nah, I could do him whenever I get ready to. So
Man, he do too. Like, I'll go that way. I ain't gonna lie.
now DJ Starboy says, if you're happy, successful, business profit, why you have to put another people down? Y'all read between the lines. I don't know if he's talking about me or the next person, but you welcome to come up. The link
Yeah, I
is
don't
pinned
know.
to the chat because I can't read between. I can't make out what you're saying. So I can't. And when I say make it out, I don't understand the angle that you coming with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, Mark,
But
I'm
I'm peaceful. I'm chilling. I just don't want nobody, stepping out these boundaries. Because when you step outside them boundaries, it could get ugly. I'm telling you.
I don't think Kirk really never had nobody step outside the boundaries with him.
No, I
Except
mean
that
somebody
dude that
step.
slapped him in Jamaica when he ran.
No, he's had some issues online, and he's had some shit where I've seen people lie on him. I've seen some person lie on him before, and he got really upset. But I don't have no reason to lie on him, and I haven't done anything to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I think his character was tested with some of the shit he did with me, but I've done nothing but honestly be straightforward and straight up with the guy. And I'm telling you, if I go there with him, I'm gonna be bogus. To some people, I'm gonna be bogus, but they're gonna be like, damn, if he been holding on to this for this long, he had plenty time and opportunity to do what he did. I've been 100 with this guy. You dig what I'm saying? But the motherfucker keep playing. So what I'm gonna do, but it's fine when you keep it on the content. Just don't make little innuendos about my family, my mother, none of that shit, because I swear to you, and this is on everything I love, when I'm telling you, none of these people that encourage that behavior, they not going to be able to help you. They not.
I think you've been a good friend to Kirk, and he just taking advantage of your friendship. Well, that was the weak shit. That's the weak shit he do.
So I haven't lied. I haven't slighted nobody. I've been solid. I've showed people love. I don't, even if I get angry, I respond. I don't slight people's family. I don't do that shit, bro. I don't do that shit. That's why I say, yo, stop encouraging that shit. Somebody need to tell, look, on limits, off limits, because I swear for God, God's my witness. None of the people that encourage that shit, and I blame the people, because if you chatty patty and you don't have the decency to be like, well, you know what, that's off limits. You know, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have said that. You should just keep it focused, you know, on the content and the individual. And that's fine. But like certain shit I just deem as bogus. But once you go there, you can't take it back. You can't take the shit back. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
fine now that the innuendos can be made about my OG and everybody's quiet. But I swear for God,
He shouldn't did that shit. Like,
I don't want to hear shit from nobody. I don't want to hear the shit from nobody. I don't want to hear it. Leave me the fuck, because ain't nobody say nothing when he said this shit. He don't know my OG to make any fucking innuendos.
yeah, I was
So
watching.
I don't want to hear shit.
That's
So
how she was doing. That was weak as hell in my opinion. The lie
it's
where you
quiet.
tell
It's
them
quiet.
your
It's quiet as a
pastor-
motherfucking.
Hey,
It's quiet as a motherfucking church mouse. So let it stay that way. When I come, let it stay quiet as a motherfucking church mouse. And I swear to God, you'll never hear me say anything about anybody's family. You won't hear me make no innuendos. You won't hear me make no sneak disses, no slights. It's always gonna be straight up with the individual. Just don't say shit to me when I don't want to hear you bogus. I don't want to hear none of that shit, because there's nobody say no shit when he said that shit on everything I love. So that's all I got to say about that.
I'm
I ain't
gonna
gonna
have a
say
good
I ain't
laugh.
got shit. I ain't got shit to say about it. Some people gonna laugh. Some people gonna feel like it's bogus. Some people gonna be hurt. Some people gonna be detrimentally
I'm gonna
hurt.
have a good. I'm gonna laugh.
Leave me the fuck
I'm gonna laugh
alone.
at everybody in this circle. I'm gonna laugh at
Straight up.
everybody in that circle.
Leave me the
because they
fuck
all
alone.
wanna
And
do
and
this
I
shit.
and I mean it. If you know my character and you know I've been solid, you know I'm not woofing. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't innuendo about shit they got to do with my OG. Period. I mean that shit. Think I'm woofing. That's it. That's
I
it.
know
This
that
shit,
pussy
you know,
watching right now.
this content shit, I think people take this shit a little bit too far, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that shit, because they think that, you know, oh, when I'm here and that person is there, you know what I'm saying, I can get away with it. Like these guys that be computer typing, swiping up, going through different people's shit and thinking that they, you know, I'm here and this person is there and I can go in and I can say these different things.
That nigga think he can't be touched. That's all.
So no, it ain't. I don't have to. It ain't even. It's not gonna go that. It's not gonna go that far. I don't even have to go that far. I can do what I gotta do right here on this camera. And I swear for God, listen, I'm telling you, the impact. Listen, when I'm telling you the impact gonna be detrimental, I swear for God on everything I love. I mean this shit. Nigga, I put this on my OG forehead. I put this on my grandmother's forehead. God rest her. So I put this on everything I love. I'm telling you, leave me the fuck alone. Y'all better tell that nigga, man, hey, listen, I don't know what, but man, don't mention that nigga no more. Don't sneak this. Leave them innuendos about his family. Leave that shit alone. Let's let that shit go. I said let it go, because I want to let it go. I don't really want to go there, but I will. So leave this shit alone, bro. Everybody else got common enough sense to know what's on limits and what's off limits. If it's content, keep it on the content.
Nah, I think Kirk get a kick out of this shit. He let his subs soup him up, and he get a kick out of it.
So yeah,
He always talking about the subs coming between people. But he
I'm
been
done with that.
instigating shit.
So I'm done with it. Just, you know, take me as a joke if you want. That's all I'm gonna say. Take me as a fool. Take me as a joke. And it ain't a threat. It ain't even a promise. It's just stop it. Stop it, because I've let so much shit slide.
Yeah, I was gonna say you a bigger man.
You can content, throw shots at me, content, throw shots at me, content. But innuendos about my family that you don't know, and I've made it publicly that, yo, my mom just came out of surgery, this, that, and then you play, and everybody's quiet. I want y'all to stay quiet. Don't say shit. Don't say I'm bogus. Don't say you dirty. Because what happens is when you initiate some shit, you can't get mad by the way the person responds, right? Don't start shit. Don't fuck with people.
You gotta jump in front of that.
When you fuck with people, then you can't get mad how people fuck back. You may think you a motherfucking demon until a real demon come pull up. You see what I'm saying? Leave me alone. Throw shots at me. I give you permission. Shoot at me all day long. You shoot at me all day long, I swear for God, you won't have no problems from me. You won't have no problems with me. The demon won't come out of me, right? Because this is what I signed up for. You can shoot at me all you want. That's fine. I get that. It's acceptable.
I'm saying he ain't got shit to shoot at. That's why he going so low.
So, all right, your mama, yeah, raised by your mama and all that. Don't mention my mama where you think is, you rather think is, when you think it's not serious. Don't mention my OG, period, nigga. Straight up. I mean that shit. Don't mention it. Don't do it. Because what's going to happen is it's going to get ugly, and I'm telling you I'm going to be bogus. I'm telling you I'm going to be bogus. I'm going to be bogus, but once you go there, you go there. So that's it. I ain't got shit else to say. Now, the ball ain't in my court no more. Just play with me. Just play with me. Play with me. It's gonna be some hurt people around here, bro. It's gonna be some hurt people. It's gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad. And I'm not making none of this up. It's gonna be bad. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, a lot of people don't know how to read between the lines. That live show that last week, it was a person that left $100 super chat. As much valuable information I get on people being successful, I've never got 100. I think I got $100 super chat. So for somebody to give $100 super chat on a live stream that has nothing to do with box trucking, that's about bullshit and another person, a lot of people didn't even realize who that person was. And nobody even caught, why would a person give $100 super chat on a live stream like this? Hey, man, leave me the fuck alone, bro. Leave me alone. And hold on, and I'm not even going that direction. I'm going in a whole nother direction. I'm not even going in that direction. So that ain't even one thing you got to worry about. But that's in the arsenal. But I ain't even gonna go in that direction because I ain't gonna do that. I'm going somewhere else with it. And it's gonna be bad. Leave me alone. Just let bygones be bygones, and let's just act like nothing never happened, and I'll be fine with that. And I'll take all the innuendos about my OG and never do what I can do.
What you got about 3 episodes?
So listen, and this is how serious I am. Listen, this is how serious I am. I'll be the loser. I'll let the innuendos about my family slide, and I won't respond. Just don't do the shit no more, because I guarantee you, listen, it's gonna be some motherfuckers. I'm telling you, I'll be the loser. I'll let them innuendos. We'll end with the disses about the innuendos towards my family. We can end it there, and I'll never do this. So now I'm being a bigger man. Now let's see how this shit play out. So to all his subscribers, don't get mad because y'all can't save him. Leave me the fuck alone. Talk to him. Hey, I don't know what this nigga got, but this nigga, I never known him to not show up and show out. Leave me alone. Right, what else you want to talk about? So
Nah, that was it, man. That was it. I just want people to know, stay positive and just get this bread out here. Especially if you're a MGM member, MGM, get it, man, because shit, we ain't gonna be able to do a whole lot with the time that we got left, but we can do some. You know what I'm saying? I even I'm headed to pick my oldest son up from work right now. I even talked to him. He about to start putting his little money in stocks. He work at Emos. He about to take a little some of his money and start putting into stocks.
Where you work? How old is he?
He finna be 18.
Oh, that's what's up. He graduated from high
Yeah,
school already?
he graduate next year. He
Oh,
was
okay.
a December baby, so he had to start school late. But he graduate
Mm.
next year. But yeah, he been working for a year now. I asked him, you know what the kids do nowadays. They got their little thing. I told him you can start taking some of that money and investing it. He be watching the MGM lives with me. When you go live, he be watching them too.
Oh, what he looking at? What he looking at putting his money in?
I don't know, man. He won't tell me. He trying to be all secretive and shit.
Man, he got to
Yeah,
tell
he
you
watch.
so you can advise him the right way.
Yeah, he be doing more research than me. So I
Mm.
fuck around, probably learn from him. Learn something from him, just like I'm learning from you. But yeah, he be doing
Mm.
more research in it than me. He a little bit more.
What you starting with, a Robinhood account?
Yeah, that's what he say he gonna do.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
he thinking about investing. He talking about making his portfolio fat. And I was telling him, I know you be giving us a lot of good info. And I was telling him, I'm like, shit, man. Mark be holding back for real because he got 17 portfolios. He don't be telling us everything.
No,
He say, oh,
I don't be holding back. I give y'all, well, I don't give y'all everything, but I give y'all what I feel like, I'm doing. I give y'all some of the stuff that I'm doing that may be feasible for, what the average subscriber that's watching me can probably do. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna, talk about some shit where I know the majority person may not be able to do, or something like
yeah,
that. Or I try to give the opportunity or talk about the opportunities where I feel like are less riskier, right? Because I understand. Here's the thing, and that this kind of coincides with what I just. When you do content creation, you're gonna have people that like you. You're gonna have people that don't like you. You're gonna have people that follow you blindly, right? Now, I understand that responsibility. I didn't get it at first because I was learning my way through it, right? But as I became, as the time went on, I started to realize that some people are going to follow you blindly, right? Even though you tell people to do their own research, I slowly came to realize that content creators are kind of like the new version of reality stars or whatever, right? So there is a social responsibility that if you do decide to do content creation, there is going to be a number of people that follow you into things blindly, and you have to be conscious of that, right? So I make it very like I make sure that certain things that I do talk about over there that I am doing, I talk about the things that are less riskier, than the things that are more riskier. Because when I was talking about Fetch and let's say Solana last year around this time, I was just talking about it on the public channel. I didn't even have a members only yet. I wasn't talking about that stuff. The only reason I started doing it because it was interest of people saying, Mark, talk more about that, talk more about that, talk more about that. So boom, when I talked about that, I didn't know people was listening and jumped into it. And then when the shit started to move, that's when people started to hit me. Hey man, I heard you talk about that. So I went and did it. And man, I'm glad I did, right? Man, what else you
yeah,
got? What else you got? And then
I had
right,
hit you in the DM and asked you what it was. Cause I ain't know shit about it. I remember that.
mm-hmm. Yeah, so once I saw that, man, people, you caught that? Like, if you remember, it was a last time. I'm like, damn, you caught when I said that? Like, yeah, I went and I looked and I bought some, and I'm glad I did, man. I just made this, I just made that. What else you got? What other plays you got? And then as the interest started to snowball, man, you should do a private, you should do a Patreon, da 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 da. And then that's why I ultimately decided to do uh that, right? So, but yeah, I'm conscious that people will follow you blindly without doing their research. So that's why I talk about less riskier shit than more riskier shit. So
Yeah, it was worth it though. Cause I could honestly say when I watched the shit about the stocks, My
Hmm.
oldest son to watch, and then when I watch just the regular box truck content, my daughter will be watching. So shit,
Mm.
it's having a real good positive effect on my family. To be honest,
That's good,
I,
man. I'm
I
glad
talked
you.
to what my daughter said with that Big Vic comment. So I'm
What
like,
big
no
Vic
such
coming?
thing as cheap freight.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah, she
understood
meant
that.
that shit.
How old is your daughter?
Eight,
You said how old?
eight. Yeah, she eight. She be listening to you.
8 years old?
Yep. But shit, I'm finna get out. I'm in my son's job.
Are you your son working?
Yeah, I'm at the job right now. What up? Can you let Kawan know
All
here?
right.
Kawan? Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm
man.
picking them up right now. All right, right on though.
All right, bet.
All right, you
All
ready?
right, it was some other people in the chat, but I think they dropped down because he was up here. So the link is pinned to the top of the chat. You're welcome to come back up. I'll put it back in the chat. Click. Hey Pippi, can you put it back up there too a couple times for me? And when you call in and somebody else is on the screen, you can still watch the show from the back room, from the green room. You don't have to drop down and then call back up. Click the link. We'll call her. Oops. All right. And then it's pinned to the top too. James says, "Is he late?" James, what does the top of your screen say? Mark, you better start watching your mouth. Okay. 8 question mark. You better start watching your mouth. That's what Edie tells me. He says 8 question mark. I don't know what the 8 in the question mark is, but Edie is telling me I better start watching my mouth, right? 8. I don't know what the 8 signifies, the 8 in the question mark, but I can comprehend that you better 8 years old. Oh, oh, I don't know. Shit, I'm tweaking. See, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes I read stuff and in my mind will be, I, the comments are delayed from the conversation. So sometimes when I be reading these comments, I just be lost, man. I be lost. I forget that he literally just said his daughter was 8. I want to ask DJ Starboy this. I want to ask him what he means by this. My thing is, if you're happy, successful, and business is profitable, why you have to put another people down? Y'all read between the lines. I kind of understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to figure out who that comment is targeted towards. Because the last thing that you see me do, if you watch my content, I don't come up here and start trouble with anybody. I literally do my live streams, I do my accountability sessions. The only time I really say shit is when I'm responding, and I call names. You know what I'm saying? I don't throw innuendos. I don't do none of that shit. And I damn sure don't mention people's family. I don't do that shit. I think that's some of the weakest shit a person can do. It's weak, man. So I wish everybody nothing but success. I don't want no problems with nobody, bro. I don't. I really don't. I don't, man. I don't. Problems is too it takes up too much energy, man. But I can do it. I can do it. I'm telling you. And I've been real cool, bro. I swear for God I have been. Lord knows I've been cool. He knows. Lord knows I've been cool. But uh uh Yo,
Hey, what's up, man?
what up? What up? What up?
Shit,
East
I was
Atlanta.
trying to
East Atlanta. EA stand for
get like
East
some
Atlanta.
insight.
Do EA stand for East Atlanta?
Yeah.
East
Oh yeah.
Atlanta. What you know about that?
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm
I
the
ain't
man. Got no way.
Huh?
It's a shot of low, man.
What zone you from?
Nah, I mean, shit, I ain't from Atlanta, but I stayed. Nah, I ain't from Atlanta, but I mean, see, like my folks from Alabama, but we was always in Atlanta. I stayed in Atlanta, and I was on Kirkwood. I fuck with Shot Low. I'm a real big fan of Shot Low. You know what I'm saying? Way
You
back
sound like
in.
the way you talk. You sound like you from Atlanta. You don't sound like you from Alabama.
Shit, nah, I mean, shit, cause I'm from Bama, but see, I done stayed in like Arizona, Atlanta. I stayed in Miami, so like I'm a city boy now. But see, I'm from the country, but I was just able to move from like with my job and stuff like that. So I was able to like, I party guy, you know what I'm saying? I used to, DJ and shit like that. Real music hitter, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
So
you, big dog. I hear you. I see you in the chat all the time, man. So I appreciate you watching the channel.
no problem, man. Cause I just had a few questions. Oh yeah, man, I love the channel, man. Cause you be dropping real shit. Like you really be like putting folks on game, man. These folks need to just goddamn really appreciate it, and you be playing music. So I always check in, motherfucker. Be missing out on goddamn, cause you be dropping gems. Like for real, they need to appreciate it, man. Hit the super chat, all y'all out there, man. Hit the super chat, man. Donate, man. You know what I'm saying? Donate money, cause that man is the truth right
I
here.
appreciate you, big dog. I appreciate you. What can I do for you today, man?
Uh, yeah. So my situation was, so I have a career already, but
Mm-hmm.
so I make 6 figures already. I
Mm-hmm.
do aerospace engineering, so I work with like
Mm.
stuff going out of space and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So so I went to school for it, built my career, so I'm in where I can make cybersecurity, all this stuff. So I went and bought a cargo van, but I jumped on the cargo van to learn the business myself, and I went to go see, signed up for a couple of people who had that like their little courses and stuff, and got a few gems. But I learned how to from you. I learned how to get like the contracts and stuff like that, and final mile. So I jumped on the van myself to learn the business and got like the hard part out of the way. All I need is I have the van. I done talked to some carriers and stuff like that. So I just got to get my insurance. But I just wanted to see like your thoughts on like what's your process of like hiring a driver, like which paperwork or how would you do it, like
Definitely.
independent contract.
For hiring a driver for what? What you looking to? What you looking to? What are you looking to do?
I mean they can go local. I mean just depending
So
on
so
like what the
so
carrier give.
so you want to get a box truck, but you're not gonna run it, right? You want to invest into a box truck, put a driver in there. Is basically what you're saying, right?
Now I have a cargo van already.
Oh, okay.
But I want to start with a cargo van and then make my next investment to go and get a box truck. But I understand how to get the work for the box truck already. I can get it. I just want to start low with a low investment because you always say, don't go
Mm.
too. You know what I'm saying? Don't be going too far in. Make sure this the market that you really want to fuck with. So like, what you think about that? Like, I mean, I started low with a
I
cargo van.
I think it's cool the way you hire any person. Period. Obviously, you want to vet them out really really well. The next thing you want to do is you want to part of the vetting process is the background. So
Okay.
how you go about the background, different people do it different. You can pay to have the background done, or you can make them pay. You know, if I were you, in your position, I would pay to have a background, right? Um, uh, but vet them really, really well before you pay to have a person's background ran, right? If you vet them appropriately, you can save yourself some money. Because people will tell you one thing and they'll know that it's shit on their background and you paid and then this shit comes up. So it's a certain way that you can kind of question a person through the hiring or the interview process to kind of get a feel and to get them to really be honest and tell them. You have to make them comfortable, right? You have to make them think that you're like cool, right? So that they can tell you the information that you really want to know so that you don't have to spend the money, waste the money, I should say, background, because you're going to spend the money anyway, backgrounding them. And then once you find a person or find some people that you feel like you willing to bring on, then that's when you come with the contracts, right? The paperwork, the things that they need to sign off for prior to, you hiring. And that all is going to change depending on what lane you're running, right? One thing is going to be the pay, right? If you're doing OTR, you need to determine how you're going to pay them, right? If you're going to give them a percentage, let's say, it needs to be in writing, it needs to be in contract, and they need to sign off on it, right? You don't even have to do this shit on paper anymore. You don't even have to print. Like, you can do all this digital. We was using Rocket Lawyer back then. So with Rocket Lawyer, you get and that'll give you access to pretty much all major contracts in different forms and fashions, from non-compete agreements to general independent contractor agreements, and it'll tailor it for your state. You just go through the basic prompts, your business, this, that, and the third. It'll fill all that information up when you create an account, your state, and then choose what type of contract you want, and then everything that you need to be put in there should be put in there. So if it's the rate, okay, I'm gonna pay them 30%. That needs to be in there. You need to get them to sign off on it digitally. You get a copy, they keep a copy. It's kept in the cloud, right? All the way down to if you're doing like non-competes and other things like that. So hiring is, as far as the paperwork, right? That's well, we lost them. Your AirPods died.
Yeah, my
Can you hear me? Yo, I can't hear you now. I think your AirPods died. You're gonna have to cut your AirPod. I hear you now. I hear the background now. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so yeah, I think the paperwork ain't the issue. I think it's more the vetting process nowadays. So
Vetting process. Okay. Yeah, because that's what the main part was. Because I've had a couple of guys like, hey, I'll drive for you. They were like ready to go, and I was just like kind of hesitant. I was like, man, it's just like that last step, like, you know what I'm saying? So
you running backgrounds on these guys?
see, I hadn't got to the point. So like, what I was gonna do was run a background and then do an MVR, and
Right.
then I
Do it
gotta
back.
do a background, and then like if I have a carrier or somebody, I would have to like put them. Would I have to sign them on to the carrier, or should I just get a dispatch and just run under my own MC?
So
How
when
would
you
you
do the cargo van, you looking to do the cargo van OTR, like expedite?
Yeah, OTR, local. Depending
So,
on regional.
well, I'm not a big fan of OTR expedite. That's Axel's thing, and Axel hasn't been very. I actually texted him last week just to check on because he hasn't been very active on his channel or even trolling people in anyone's chats anymore. But that's more his thing. I'm not a big fan of expedite in a cargo van. It sounds like are you in Atlanta?
Nah, I'm in Houston right now. I'm in Houston.
Okay, so cool. You in Houston, so that's the fourth largest market. So, I think there should be plenty of opportunity for a cargo van down in Houston. I would obviously so what happens is when you do submit these drivers to the 3PLs, they're going to want to background them too, which in turn they're going to charge you for the background, right? So you're already gonna have your guy's background. There's sites that you can use that will run the MVR and the background for you. Another way you can get from paying the MVR is when you list the driver on your insurance. So if you got a driver and he's listed on your insurance broker is gonna run the MVR anyway and tell you what's on the MVR for that person. So either way you can get it, you can get the MVR. Whether you're gonna pay for it or have your broker run it. All right. So after you do your own background, then yeah, you're gonna have to pay the background anyway. But at least you know that the people that you're gonna be submitting to these 3PLs, you know you're not wasting your money because you already done spent the money the first time. And obviously if you submitting them to a 3PL, you know they Gucci. So
Hey, okay, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate it because, yeah, that was the only part. So I'm gonna get the background MVR ran, and then I'm gonna just make sure I got work for them. I just wanted to run it by you because it's just I'm at the last part of like the paperwork part, like making sure So don't I have to have like workers' comp insurance and stuff like that for them?
that all depends. So a lot of states will say they require it, but they don't enforce it. My state is one. They require it, but they don't enforce it. Some states require it and enforce it. I think California is one of them. I believe Florida may be another one. But a lot of states operate workers' comp like my state. They require it. They say it's required, but they don't enforce it. It's a reason why they don't enforce it. So one, they know that a lot of businesses won't be able to sustain because workers' comp is really, really expensive. All right. So in that situation, if the 3PL that you're applying to requires it, then yes, you have to get it because it's a requirement for you to sign on with them. But if the 3PL doesn't require it, then no, you don't have to have it. I don't suggest you go out and get it. If you are in a state that's similar to mine that requires it but doesn't enforce it, I wouldn't just go out and have it just because, right? So do your general liability, your commercial auto, and your commercial cargo. And then as you start applying at 3PLs, right, for potential opportunity, see if that's one of the requirements. If it is, then if you decide to continue and sign up, apply with this company to possibly be on board, then obviously you will have to acquire it. If it's a company that doesn't require it, then no, don't run it. Listen, there was only one time in all my years that a company required it, and this was a company that acquired another company that we had a contract already with. So then we had to go under their umbrella, and once they got accustomed to, once the acquisition happened and everybody got acclimated, and then they wanted us to start rolling over to their way of doing things, this was one of the requirements. Workers' comp, and I had to add I talked about this before, we had to add workers' comp, and I had to add a $3 million umbrella on top of the insurance we had. I walked away from that contract, right? Because it wasn't going to be profitable any longer. Even my broker said, once we added a $3 million umbrella and workers' comp, like my insurance went through the roof because I wasn't adding that umbrella to the policy just for that contract. The umbrella went over the policy in general, right? It wasn't like an additionally insured where where they add the verbiage as additionally insured for a particular drop off or pickup or customer that we doing a move for, something like that. Adding that umbrella, so that umbrella was that was an umbrella over the policy. That workers' comp wasn't for that one contract. That workers' comp that they required us to have was for the policy, right? So at that point, none of my other contracts required it. So we finna go from here insurance to way out of the frame for one contract that we now finna operate at a loss because we add on thousands of more dollars in insurance. So I had to make a business decision to walk away from it. So, no, workers' comp in my state, by the grace of God, it's required by the state, right? But it's not enforced because they know, like, listen, if it was required and it was enforced, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today. I would have never I would have never reached the heights that I reached. I wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have afford. I couldn't afford. I wouldn't have been able to afford it. So
Hey, nah, I appreciate it, bro. So like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and get set up. My camera kind of lagging a little bit, but I'm gonna go and let you do your thing, man. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through the process and book a consultation, man. I really appreciate you, bro. You the real deal, bro. You keep it 1,000.
I appreciate you for tuning in, man. Thank you.
All right, man.
Later.
Later.
It was cheaper for me to use a temp company and pay my employee through them. Paul Smith said we too poor to pay workers' comp. Listen, if workers' comp was enforced in the state of Illinois, I would have never. Listen, when XPO, when I was running for Urban Express and they acquired Urban Express and under the acquisition, then obviously one day we was running for Urban Express, the next day we was running for XPO. It took about 3 months for them to fully learn the contract, and then when they started pulling the contractors in one by one to out there to Bolingbrook to that XPO terminal to have that meeting, and they said, "Yo," gave me that packet and said, "All right, listen, all right, this is you got to start, running the way that we do things over here. So this is what we want." And it went from whatever the requirements was with Urban Express to now this $3 million umbrella and this workers' comp. I didn't think it was no big deal. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send it to my broker. My broker, before he even gave me the quote, he said, "Man, is this contract worth it?" "What you mean?" "Is this contract worth all the money that you finna pay for a $3 million umbrella on top of all the insurance you got plus workers' comp?" I said, "Is it that bad?" He said, "Mark, it's bad. This is a lot of extra insurance." So, hello,
Yo,
hey man, you like a recurring guest, big dog. What's going on?
well, man, I just like tuning in. I like asking questions. I like the advice you give me. You feel me?
I appreciate it. What's going on?
I'm gonna shout you out, man. I'm gonna shout you out because I remember last time you told me to lower the rates. I'm booking a lot more jobs, and you thought I wasn't listening to you, but I told you I was, which is crazy.
It wasn't the fact that I didn't think you wasn't listening to me. It was the fact that I don't think you was accepting the information that I was giving you. Because when I was telling you that you were too high, and I think I might have been saying a little cocky. I gotta get my little entertainment aspect on. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's at the cost of the consultee, but it's free. So you got it. Listen, you got to take what comes along with free. So if I got to crack a few jokes at the expense of you to entertain the audience, you making more money. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think you was anytime somebody tells a person you need to go down, because you was saying more like, man, I think you felt like you deserved the amount of money that you was charging. And I'm like, and it wasn't the fact I wasn't saying you weren't deserving of it. I'm just saying the fact nobody knows you.
So
And
yeah,
you got to compete.
I had to sit back and analyze what you was actually saying, and then I kind of came to the conclusion myself, like, yo, what are you talking about? Is 100% right.
So you
But I just
booking more jobs now, which means you making more money because of the volume, right?
yeah, and then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm booking more jobs, and then I'm doing it at a lower rate, and also the jobs I'm doing at a better quality. I'm wrapping it up better. I'm using blankets more, and then that's also giving me more tips. So I'm really making more money throughout the whole entire, you know what I mean, the entire thing. Cause you was like, yo, your rap job's trash. I was like, you know what? Let me step everything up, and you know what I mean. So I definitely had to shout you out.
Appreciate it. I told you if you lowered your rates, you was gonna make more money. I know to some people who are new in business, they think lower. How am I gonna make more money and lower? Because you making more money in volume. This is how I was able to grow and book a lot of jobs. When I was running in the same space, like on a live stream earlier, I showed some of my books from 2012, and 8-9 jobs a day spread
Yeah.
out between 3 different trucks. You know what I'm saying? So, the money that you make, you're booking more jobs because you have more of a competitive rate, and you're making more money in volume.
Yeah.
So,
And then also just going over like the other companies in Thumbtack in Chicago, which is a higher
Mhm.
price of living, and the prices were similar in my area. I was like,
when
yeah,
when I showed you that kind of, I noticed that your mood kind of shifted a little bit, because I'm like, yo, look what the competition is like here.
yeah,
It's cheaper there, and this is a bigger market.
yeah,
It's really competitive here. Why? Because you got a lot more people here, and we dealing with something that y'all not. Well, you up in Syracuse, so you may not be dealing with it directly like the city is. We dealing with migrants. I was talking about that shit earlier. They infiltrate DoorDash and all type of shit now. So they
yeah.
coming in, and it's getting ugly.
It's getting
So,
similar up to Syracuse because shit after New York City they don't come up upstate.
mm-hmm.
But yeah. But sometimes in the lives, it takes me some time to actually digest what you're saying. You know what I mean?
I get it.
But
Well, it be fly over your head sometimes.
not fly over my head, but I gotta just sit there and all right, let me think about what he actually saying, and like it just take me like a day or two. You know what I mean? Not fly over my head. I know what you're saying, but it's like let me analyze it in my own way.
You have to digest it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What else? I had one question. I just like asking questions too, so I'm gonna keep calling in. I'm gonna keep tuning in. I just like the advice that you give too.
I was joking with you. That's what I do the show for. You know what I'm saying? I do it so that obviously I can help people. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to help.
Yeah,
So,
and you give real advice. Like some of these dudes on YouTube just be unrealistic.
well,
So my question is, like, when you get like a lead on Thumbtack,
hmm
what's the dialogue that you use to lock in the jobs?
well, I've showed my Thumbtack before. Hold
Oh, you
on.
do?
I have a generic. So with Thumbtack, it's all about time. It's
Mhm.
all about time. It's the quickest person to the punch, right? So, hold on, let me see. So like I still get requests for moves on Thumbtack, like literally. People are still hitting me up. Got it. All right, so 1 second here.
Like for me, when I do a Thumbtack job, I don't know if I'm going about it the wrong way. Like when they try to book a job, I ask them like, so for example, I'm like, hello, where are you moving from and to? I try to get more information about the job.
Nah,
Is
you don't, you
wrong?
don't, you don't, you don't, you don't do that. So here's what I do. Thumbtack gives you up, like you gotta use all the the tools that Thumbtack provides you. They provide you a tool where you can create a generic response,
Hmm.
and it stores it, and when people hit you up, you don't have to type nothing. You just send them that generic response, right? It should be
Okay.
very generic. Like mine, I'm gonna show it to you now. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Just pulling it up. So mine is. It just says, "Hello, thank you for inquiring with us. We can accommodate your upcoming move at the following rates. At this particular time, we was charging 2 minute 90 an hour with a 2 hour minimum, 3 minute 115 an hour with the 2 hour minimum, and then we were charging a $60 truck fee. This
Hmm.
was this was in 2019. This
Okay.
was in 2019, right? And then it says, if you have any questions or you would like to schedule this move, please contact me. Thanks, Mark. The name of the company, the 1-800 number, and that was it. This lady
Okay.
said, "Let's schedule it. 3 men, please. The only large piece of furniture coming from the first location is a sectional." So what I did I keep it simple.
Hmm.
You greet them first. Hello. Thank you for inquiring us. You're thanking them for inquiring with us. We can accommodate your upcoming move at the following rate. I give them the rates for 2 men, and I'm specific. 2 men at 90 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. These are 2019 rates. 3 men at 115 an hour with a 2-hour minimum. $60 truck fee. If you have any questions or would like to schedule this move, please contact me. Thanks. Boom.
Okay.
So now they got that. Some people will respond to it because if you send it quickly, they're still on the app, probably searching, right? And then they
Yeah.
may read it and respond right back. But what Thumbtack also gives you, once you get a lead, they give you access to the person's number. So once you send that, then you call them right away, right? Once you call them right away, you say hello. You say, "Hi, this is Darnell calling with ABC 123 Movers. Just got your inquiry on Thumbtack for an upcoming move. I was wondering if you had some time right now to talk, see if we can get this set up for you." 9
Yeah.
times out of 10, the person is going to say yes, right? Because it's something that they need scheduled so that they can, once they take care of the scheduling of the move, that's one less thing they got to worry about, right?
Okay.
All right, so boom. I sent you a generic quote on Thumbtack. Have you gotten a chance to take a look at it yet? Yeah, I'm looking at it now. So it's 2 men at 90 an hour, 2 hour minimum, 3 men at 115 an hour plus a $60 truck. Yeah. Can we go ahead and set you up for 3 guys today? Right, you're being nice, but you're kind of being a little pushy at the same
Yeah.
time. And then they're gonna be like, "Well, what time slots do you have available?" That's like usually the next question that comes. And then this is how you sell them. What day were you looking to move? It says right here you're looking to move July 1st. That is a very busy moving day, as you know. Then this is where you sound like you experience. You know, July 1st is a very moving day. It's one of the most popular moving days of the season. The last day and the first day are usually the busiest moving days because that's when most people's leases are up. Yeah, that's when my lease is up, right? So I usually recommend that if we have a morning slot available, you take a morning slot because obviously these trucks have 2 or 3 moves throughout the day. Obviously the guys tire out throughout the day. You want a fresh crew first thing in the morning with fresh arms, fresh legs, and also that ensures, because you're the first job of the day, that crew is going to be on time, because with moving, things happen, and sometimes the trucks do fall behind, and the later in the day it gets, the farther the truck comes behind. We do have a early morning 9 a.m. Slot available. Can I go ahead and set you? So now you've scared them half to death, right? Because you've given the information, and they've probably heard horror stories with moving trucks late, or they probably 9 times out of 10 a person has moved before and they have had a late moving crew, right? They have gone through some of the things that have been stood up by movers. So you've given them all the things to wear their mental down that is forcing them to book you, right? Because you really want them to get that morning slot booked because it's open. So then now you can schedule the rest of your day going down. You don't want to have no gaps. You see what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, you got a morning, but you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Give me the 3 guys. Simple.
Okay.
You gotta be assertive, but not pushy. And you see how that's the sales pitch.
Yeah.
You telling them what it is, you giving them the honest to God truth, and you also letting them know without telling them, listen, July 1st is a busy moving day. Keep on fucking around and you ain't gonna book nobody. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna keep calling around searching, and next thing you know, you're gonna keep hearing I'm booked. All right, let's book it.
So sometimes you call them before they even respond to that original first automated message.
Now I call them right away. So I send a message, boom, and then you call them.
Okay.
Early bird gets the worm. You ain't the only person that they sent the lead to. The way Thumbtack makes this money, they charge you for the lead. They don't limit the amount of people that a person could inquire. They can inquire with 4 or 5 people. So if they charging each person $10, $15, $20, whatever, let's say $10 a person, and they inquire with 4 people, they made $40. They don't care if you book it or not. They inquired with 4 people. They made their money. It's the best person, the quickest person, the fastest person, the person who has the best sales pitch, the person who knows how to manipulate a person into booking. That's manipulation at its finest. It's not bad manipulation, but I'm scaring the person because you know what? You're right. My lease is up on the 1st. My brother's moving on the 1st. Everybody's lease is up either the last or the first day. And the longer I wait, the more possibilities I'm not going to be able to book anybody.
Yeah.
And I've sold them on the slot that I want them to book.
Facts. Okay. My last question.
Yeah.
So how would you go about moving like a 6-foot kitchen vanity that's like 300 to 400 pounds?
What floor? Up the stairs?
Yeah.
Hump straps.
Hump straps. Those are the ones that go like on the shoulders.
The brown and the brown with the blue stitching on the outside of them. Let me show you.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever heard of those.
I'm gonna show you. Let me share my screen. Hold on one second. I got rid of the multi-share button. I deleted it by mistake. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you.
All right.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
These right here.
Humps. So how do you connect them to your body?
You ain't got no hump straps, big dog.
No, I got the shoulder straps and I got
You
the
need
fine
these. You ain't no real move if you ain't got these, big dog.
Where? How do you use them?
What you mean how you use them? It's just a long strap. You grab one, you grab the other, you twist it around your wrist, you slide
like
that
the
boy
fork.
under it. So if it's a 6-foot thing, you wrap it. Right? You take the straps. The person who's going up the stairs backwards, he's got the straps wrapped. He's the one who's strapping it. He putting them under them legs. He wrapping it. He twisting them around his hands. He getting that bent. He leaning that boy back on his chest. And he going up the stairs. The person at the bottom is really there to support. He's grabbing the bottom. But the person with the straps is balancing him and kind of like resting it on his chest as they go up back. It's different ways you can do it. You might, depending on how big or how heavy it is, you might see some of these cats, they still putting shit on their back.
Yeah, that's.
I see some of the essays. They still going like it's the 80s. They wrapping it up. They throwing a hump strap around it. They coming tying it up like this, leaning over, and they going up the stairs like that. Not doing none of that.
Okay.
Essay and them still doing it. Hector and them still doing it. Is moving company hustle in here?
Okay.
So, it's different techniques. Asthma rolling in here. It's some movers in here. So, but you need some hump straps, big dog.
Word. Yeah, I've been rocking with the shoulder straps. I'm gonna test out the hump straps.
Shoulder straps is for certain shit, but for that, what you doing, you need that.
Okay.
You need this to do what you finna do.
All right, yeah, bet. I'm gonna have to grab those. But yeah, that's all I got for right now. But I'm gonna be tuning back in, man. I'm gonna keep tuning back in if you don't mind.
I mean, it's what I'm here for, big dog.
All right, my brother. And I still gotta get that. I still gotta get on that members only. That's what I really need to do. But all right, my brother. I appreciate you, man. You gonna see me soon.
All right, man. Be safe.
All right, peace.
Asthma roller, you throw them around your forearm, wrist, around forearm, wrap them, grab them, set it on your chest, start hitting them stairs. See me, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. When I had to get back out there during the pandemic, we was using hump straps, but I wasn't the one using them, if you know what I mean. For certain things. Now, that armoire that just destroyed my shoulder, yes, I needed the hump straps for it. And we brought it down a flight of stairs, but going up them stairs, man, That armoire still give me nightmares. Y'all see, I still talk about that armoire. That armoire, I can't not talk about it because I feel it. I still feel that armoire, man. That armoire fucked my shoulder up. You like the orange one? Oh, you like the forearms. You like the forearm, you like the forearm straps better than the hump straps? I don't know, man. I gotta go with the hump straps over the forearm straps, man. I like the hump straps. The forearm straps is cool. You said push them away from your chest? I gotta see your technique. I gotta see your technique. I gotta see your technique. Definitely gotta have a hand dolly. You talking about the orange hump straps, so you talking about the forearm straps. These what you talking about. These what you talking about, right here, right? This is what you talking about, Asman, right? I think you need all of them. So my trucks have all of them. Have always had all. I make sure my trucks had all of them. The reason why is this is something that I learned over time. Different people are going to have different techniques, right? Where some people may like to use these, and you may be able to use these in some situations. Some people prefer these, right? Some people prefer the hump straps in certain situations. Certain which you can only use something specific, right? Some people prefer these, right? And then in some situations, people prefer these, right? So it's best to have all available on your truck because you never know what the situation might cause for. These are you use for like washers, dryers, refrigerators, pianos. The hump strap you would use for something like what he's doing, like a 6-foot kitchen vanity or a 6-foot dresser. The forearm forklift straps, I've always used them to really pull shit. I've always really used them to pull shit. Like it'll be some shit like heavy on the dolly instead of pushing the thing on the dolly, putting the heavy shit on the four-way dolly, taking one of these types of straps, putting it through the dolly and then pulling it. Or taking something maybe like a wash machine that's going up 2 or 3 flights of stairs, and instead of putting it on the hump strap. Now this is some advanced shit. This is not shit that a novice would be able to do. As you become tenured, you can develop more advanced techniques. This is not something that I would train a new person to do. So if I'm going up with a washer, 3 flights of stairs, what I would do is I lay the strap out, set the washer on there, wrap the forearm forklift. I'm not backing up with it. I'm going with it like this behind my back. He coming with it like that. It's sitting on there, but we balancing it, and I'm gone. I'm balancing and I'm gone. That way I can go straight up the stairs on my side, kind of like this. I got it wrapped, and I'm just going straight up the side, and I'm going up and around, and I ain't got to set it down. So I got the weight of the wash machine or the dryer sitting on the strap. The person that's behind me, he's balancing up, but he's holding on, got one hand wrapped and holding it. I got one hand wrapped and holding it and kind of using my shoulder to balance it, and I'm got it wrapped, and I'm going up and around with it, never setting it down, just going up and around with it. So everybody got different techniques for different things, different straps and different. You'll see one person, like it's still people that's putting shit on their back. I wouldn't do it, but why can't you use the shoulder straps for the that 6-foot dresser, you can, but it's gonna be easier to use the hump strap for that. It's just gonna be easier. All right, look at it. The shoulder straps, okay, boom. Now you gotta lay the thing down. And then if it's a 6-foot vanity, it's probably got the legs and then it's got that gap right there. Right? And then that kind of makes it a little bit funky because now the legs is here and then you got all this gap space in between. And you can, but now you gotta lay the strap down and you gotta put this shit on. He gotta put this shit on, right? Well, let me pull it back up so people can see. You gotta put your belt on. He gotta put his belt on. You gotta lay the strap there. You gotta feed it through, pull it down, squat. All right, you ready? All right, you straight? Yeah, I'm straight. All right, squat. No, you got too much slack on your sides. You locked in? You locked in? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go up. Like, ain't nobody got time for all that for that dresser. Boom. You take the hump strap, you throw it around the bottom of the legs after it's wrapped. You wrap that thing around, you lean back. You ready? All right, let's go. Boom. We going up the stairs. We go. It's simple. You know, to each his own, but you know what I'm saying? An experienced person on a 6-foot vanity, 9 times out of 10, I'm saying is going to use the hump straps than the shoulder straps for what he was talking about. So Dolly wants you to do all that for $60. I don't even know why y'all listen. Dolly, and listen, you know me, I'm gonna keep it funky. They all watch the channel. They hate when I say this shit. This is why the channel don't got no sponsors, because I'm not gonna tell you something that's not in the best interest of you. Dolly originated from Chicago. When Dolly first started back in 2013, 2014, they were sourcing moving companies, right? Because their early funding rounds, they were getting money. One of their earlier rounds, they got $1 million, right? So before they entered into other markets, they were spending a lot of money on advertising here. They were wrapping like public transit buses and things like that, right? So consumers were, downloading the app and requesting them, especially in the busy moving season, summer, right? But they didn't have enough service providers on the app at that time, right? So they had to source moving companies to fulfill a lot of the demand that they had built up from all the money that they were spending on advertising around the city. They were spending a lot of money. Like, they were wrapping Chicago transit buses, they were wrapping trains, the public trains, the public buses, the benches at the bus stop. They spent a lot of money. So consumers were spending. When you're coming to a moving company to hire us to meet your demand that you created because you're spending $1 million in advertising dollars in an early tech sector. This isn't 2024, this is 2013. These apps were, they weren't where they are today, but you're spending more money advertising to the consumer than to service providers. You can't dictate to us what you want to give us. No, this is what we charge. If you want somebody to service this shit on your app, then this is what you got to pay me. Like, I used to have knockdown drag outs with the execs, and this is before they were who they're like. I met with the owners, right? They were still heavily involved in their little. This is before WeWork. They had like a small little office in a warehouse, and I would have meetings with these guys, and I try to get them to understand, like, yo, this shit ain't like, you can't pay somebody this type of money to do this type of job, and you damn sure not gonna pay us. We're here to help you. You need us to meet the demand that you've got from all this money you spending on advertising. Nah, man, I walked out on them so many times and told them no. It's pathetic. They wouldn't budge. A lot of times they would not budge. And even to today on the app, I see that they're very, very cheap. During the pandemic, I was on a move. It was a 3rd floor move. We were moving the customer out the 3rd floor, right? Moving them out of the 3rd floor. And some of the stuff that he didn't want to take with him, he sold it on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. One of the people he sold his sofa to, they hired someone on Dolly to come pick it up. So we in there doing what we doing. This guy pulls up in a pickup truck. It's raining outside. He comes upstairs and he sees this couch. He was like, yeah, I'm here with Dolly. And they like, yeah, there you go right there. He's like, oh, hell no. This is exactly what he said. Oh, hell no. The customer only picked one guy. How am I going to move a couch from the third floor, a sleeper sofa from the third floor by myself, and the job only paying $100. So to move a sleeper sofa, wrap it, move it, a sleeper sofa down 3 flights of stairs, and then move it from one side of the south side to a little bit further southwest, I think it was going, into a second floor apartment. He walked out on the job. $100 to move a sleeper sofa down 3 flights of stairs to a second floor? Hell no. Hell no. Dolly has got to be one of the cheapest moving apps I've ever came across in my life. It's damn near criminal. It's damn near criminal what they offer the service providers on Dolly. I would never, ever, ever recommend anybody do anything on Dolly. And this is Mark telling you this. All right? My heavy lifting involved forklift pallet jack, or I call Andre the Giant third's cousin. So you didn't do too much heavy lifting then, huh? You charge extra for 2 to 3 plus floors with stairs. So if it's a moving customer and this is a part of the move, they pay hourly anyway. If this is a customer who is calling and say, hey, I need a 6-foot kitchen vanity move from point A to point V, and you got the location of point A, you got the location of point B. When the person calls you and you're vetting the job over the phone, you got to ask questions. Is it coming from a first floor? Is it ground level? How many stairs are there? All right, the place that it's being moved to, what floor is it going to? All right, are there any stairs that are going up to the first floor? Are there any turns? All right, blah, blah, blah. So once you ask all the questions that a professional mover would ask when a person is calling to get a quote on a job, if it's that one item, then you would give them a flat rate, but you would quote them accordingly based on, everything they told you as far as what the scope of the job consists of, right? So, in today's times, if I was to move let's say that same 6-foot kitchen vanity, let's say from a first floor to a first floor, within, let's say 5 or 10 miles, you're looking about $225, right? And that's just from a first floor to first floor. Why? Because got to come in, it's 6 feet, it's probably old wood, vintage wood if it's a kitchen vanity. I'm assuming, but let's just say for, argument's sake, for the sake of, the example, he did say it was like 300 or 400 pounds. So my bad. He did say it was 300, 400 pounds. So we're looking at 250. We're looking at 250, come in, wrap it up, strap it, put it on the truck, strap it to the wall, remove it from the truck, go in, right? And then you also have to remember that, you may vet the customer out and ask a lot of questions, but, the customer isn't a professional mover. So they may tell you one thing and you get there, it's something totally different. And that happens a lot. So you do have to make sure that you don't cheat yourself. You quote accordingly so that, if you do run into any situations, you have enough cushion in there that, you're not beating yourself over the head, right? And then you don't have to have that awkward conversation with the customer, which you don't want to do as a business owner. And what the customers, hey, you know what? I mean, we're gonna have to charge you more money. You didn't tell us this. You know what I'm saying? That's not professional, right? So you have to, know the type of questions that, and we live in a technological age now. There's apps that you can use to book moves where people can, not necessarily FaceTime you, but walk you around their house with a camera phone, and you can do a visual estimate, using your camera phone nowadays. So nobody should be misquoting, but like that, what he said, that 300, 400 pound, 6 foot, 250 all day long, first floor to first floor. If the scope gets a little bit more difficult, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, things like that, then obviously you would price accordingly, depending on your market. I charge for safe and pianos and anything that's heavy beyond dresser, wash and dry, fridge with stairs, because that's a lot of work. So yeah, so like every market is going to be different. All right, pianos, minimum $500 just to even have a conversation. before we even know if it's a player piano or upright piano, understand that just out the gate it's going to be a minimum of $500, and from there it's going to go up. If it's is it upright? Is it a player piano? I never moved baby grands. I never moved grand pianos. I didn't want to touch them. Right. I only did player pianos and upright pianos. And depending on if it was going, you have people. I remember a guy needed the upright piano taking up 3 flights of stairs. Did it once, never did it again. I would never put that on any of my workers. I was terrified. When I tell you I was terrified because it was a steep spiral. Well, it wasn't a spiral, but it was steep going up, and it had a turn, right? And I was terrified, man, because I like, if this thing goes, if one person get halfway, like, it's certain things, and this is why you have to make sure that you got qualified people. It's 50% brain and it's 50% brawn, but certain things, that brawn is weighing more outweighing brain. It's some people that get out there and they carrying some shit up some stairs and they weak as hell, and man, hold on, son, I gotta set it down. They get to that first landing, they gotta set it down. But it's some things you can't set down. It's some things that it may not be a landing there. It's some things you may be moving something extremely heavy like a piano and there's no landing. You got to keep going. There's no way for you to stop and catch a break. And if you don't have somebody that's a killer, they can actually kill themselves. You take a piano up a flight of stairs and you got to make that turn, and there's nowhere, once you make that, if you like going to, let's say, like a second floor, you going up, you might hit 13 steps, and then you got to turn to go into the apartment, and that stair, when you start to turn, you don't have that full stair. Asmarola know what I'm talking about. That corner part of the stair is just a little piece of wood right there. So now you got less stair when those stairs start to turn. There's no way to sit that thing down, and that's when you got to start shifting your body with all that weight. And if you don't have the upper body strength, or you don't have the experience, you can't stop. You can't catch a break. You got to keep going, because the moment you stop is the moment when this shit going to happen. And the piano, if it fall back, it's a wrap. It's going to hurt somebody. It's going to crush somebody. It's going to hurt somebody. It's going to come downstairs. It's going to it's going to damage the wall up. From that weight, it's going to damage the stairs. It's probably going to slide once it gets down to the bottom. If it's a foyer right there, maybe with like a frame, maybe with a piece of glass, it's going to slide into that, crush that. It's probably going to go out the front door, down the stairs, all the way into the street, because you got all that weight that's coming down. It's not no joke, right? And this is why, for pianos and like gun safes and safes and things like that, you got to charge the big buck. Why? Because it's risky. It's risky. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. I've moved one item for over $1,000 locally. How heavy? You want it to go upstairs? You want it to go downstairs? You got to think about your knees. You got to think about the knees of the guys. You got to think about the shoulders. You got to think about the damage. Possibly, you could think, even if the guys are strong, shit happens. You got a guy that misses a stair. You got guys that are carrying that shit. They communicating with you. They planting their feet. They going up. All right, I'm going up. Talk to me. What it's looking like. All right, I'm hitting the stair. I'm on the third stair. You up? Yeah, I'm hitting my first stair. All right, we got about 6 more stairs to go. What it's looking like. All right, finna start turning. You ready? All right, go ahead. These experienced movers, they talking to each other, communicate. What happens if a guy misses a step? He didn't do it on purpose, but to a guy who's been moving for a very long time, guess what? It's happened. Why? I've missed some steps before. I've had guys miss steps before. I've had a guy that fell through some stairs. Wasn't a fault due to his. That was a fault due to the property owner. Literally carrying a radiator. The weight of these 2 big 6'3" guys, these big husky guys, plus the weight of the radiator on those faulty stairs, the stairs couldn't handle all that weight. One of the guys went through the stairs and the radiator came down on him. Believe it or not, the customer tried to sue me. So I said, all right, I'm going to sue you. So you want to have this? You want to have this game and see who wins? Because technically, well, it's your guys, your company. Who's going to fix my floor? I said, well, it was your faulty property. The reason why we're moving these radiators out is because we got hired by powder coating because you want the radiators powder coated, right? You're getting everything taken out the house because you're upgrading the house, you're rehabbing the house. So you got people in here working, and these stairs are going through rehabilitation. So what's going to happen is I got an injured guy who got injured on your property because your stairs are faulty. Fine, you can sue me. We're going to countersue you. He's going to sue you. We're probably going to win because we were hired to do work on your property. Do you really want to go here, or do you just want to go ahead and get your stairs fixed? And I deal with my guy. You know what he did? He thought about it. He didn't have to think too long. He said, you know what? You're right. Don't worry about the stairs. You damn right don't worry about the damn stairs. Because you can worry about this guy because he fell through your stairs. Yeah, he probably going to sue us too. My company going to be named to the lawsuit. But at the end of the day, that stair situation is all going to fall on you. I'll probably get hit with some of the medical shit. But that stair shit, the big burden, the big cost, is going to be on you and your insurance. You sure you want to do this? So, yeah, so things happen. I've had people slip on ice. Things happen, you know, and the last thing you want is for somebody to miss a stair with a piano or a stair with like a 5-6 foot gun safe going up a flight of stairs. Why would somebody have a gun safe in the second floor apartment? Who, like, you get some weird requests for moves sometimes. You never know. So, and this is why you have to charge a lot of money, because you could have, like I said, and I'm reiterating this. You can have some skilled guys, but mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. A person's leg could give out. They could miss a stair. Their footing. The guy that was going up prior to him, when he hit that stair, it's a 90-degree day. He's drenching. Sweat is pouring off of his face. It leaked onto the stair. Now, the person who's on the lower end is coming up. He hits that puddle of sweat and he slips. Boom, it's gone. These are real situations that I've seen from experience. It was an honest mistake, but the shit happens. So Jeep says, Mark, people need jobs. Get back out there, family. So let me get this straight. Let me understand this. Because Jeep, you were supposed to hit the link a few weeks ago and I dropped it for you, but you never came up. So you want me to get back out there so that to help people get jobs? Is that what you're saying? You ever had that new guy that don't talk? Most new guys don't talk. You got to talk to them to help them understand that when you moving, you got to communicate. But yeah, I've been there before. EA said he delivered a hot water heater on freight for $35 just for the experience. Ridiculous. Yeah, that was ridiculous. But I salute you for doing it just to see what the job entailed, so it can give you an idea on possibly what you should charge in the future. So I think that's a good character trait. So that's a bad experience for us. Hey. Hired gun said, I always stayed with General Freight and only a little bit of household. I always hired my helpers because I only weighed 145. Damn, hired gun, how tall are you? 145 is kind of small. 145 is kind of small for a mover. And I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'8". I'm like 170. I fluctuate between 170 and 178, something like that. Right now I'm about 167, 168. It depends. I fluctuate now. I'm a little bit more leaner now. But 145 is kind of small. And I'm not saying that, it's small. I've seen some guys that were 130, 145 was killers. I've had some of them work for me. Are you 5'8", you 145, man? You kind of a small guy, huh? You like the guy that we'll just put on the boxes, man. Just here, man. Just focus on the boxes, man. Just get all the boxes. Get the boxes. We got this big shit, dog. Leave this big shit. 5'2", 145. We'd be like, yo, get the boxes. I had this guy named Jello, man. This dude was so weak. And Jello, man, shout out to Jello, man. Jello was so weak. Jello would literally carry one box at a time, bro. I would get so many calls about Jello. Hey, Mark, don't put us back with this motherfucker no more. Don't put this motherfucker on the truck with us no more, man. This man's literally carrying one box. He carrying one box. Talk about he working smart, not hard. I said, what? Man, I got out there. I had to see it for myself. I said, Jello, man, you got to, these are small boxes, bro. I'm like, here, grab this. And then I took another small box and said, matter of fact, here, bro, these boxes light. That mom set them boxes down and took the top box and started going up the stairs. I said, oh, hell no, dude. I'm paying you $20 an hour. I'm paying you $20 an hour, and these are small. These ain't even medium or large boxes, bro. You can take 3 boxes. What are you doing? Man, I'm working smart, not hard. I said, all right, bet. I said, I'm going to show you something. Man, y'all really pushing me to that. I'm just nervous of the cop type questions. Mark gonna ask me after I show the. Well, you the one who said you wanted to show. I didn't ask you to show nothing. You was going back and forth with somebody in the chat, and then you said, "Hey, I'll show y'all 50 grand." So I don't know who you was going back and forth in the chat with that they was challenging you, but I told you from what I remember, and if I did, I'm telling you now, I wouldn't do it. Look, you don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Period. Nothing to prove to anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you got something and you got it, then you got it. It is what it is. I think people think you really a troll and a troublemaker. And I think they was challenging you. I think that's what that was. I was 145 20 years ago. I'm about 165 now, getting fat in my old age. Yeah, it happens. I listen. I was looking at some pictures of me, maybe from like 2018, 2019. I was big. So, but yeah, as you get older, you kind of get settled in your ways, but that's why you gotta hit the gym, man. Gotta hit the gym, man. Yeah, I think Jeep is cool. I ain't tripping on Jeep. I think some people in the chat was going back and forth with Jeep. But if I was Jeep, I wouldn't show shit. I wouldn't show nothing. Mark, he was pacing himself. 5-star be just popping up. 5-star be the whole lot. And 5-star just pop up 2 hours in the live with a comment. Shout out to 5-star. Adam Rowland said you're gonna put the small guy folding. Yeah, you definitely the small guy. You put him on the boxes, and you definitely have him straightening up the truck, folding the blankets and all that shit. Definitely the little guy do that. The guy who ain't doing all the heavy lifting, the guy who don't do all the heavy lifting, you got to do all the tedious shit. Fold the blankets, get the truck prepared for the next move, all the tedious shit. Hey man, go to the truck and get the toolkit. Hey man, run down to the truck and get the toolkit, man. Go down there, man. We gotta put this bed together, man. You tweaking. All the little gopher shit, that's what you have the weakest guy on the truck do. You have him do all the gopher shit. Yeah, so all right. All right. I don't think nobody else gonna hit the link. Hey, but Jeep, nah, I'm not coming back to the moving business. Y'all can have it, man. I did my years. I made my money. I'm out. I'm not coming back. One, if I came back, let's keep it a buck, and then I'm out of here. If I came back, I would have to hire people, right? And a part of hiring people would be I would have to train people, right? And a part of training people would mean I would have to get out and do some of these very labor intensive, labor taxing moves. And I'm going to keep it funky with you. I am very active in the gym, but the gym and some of the twists and the turns and the extending and the overreaching and some of the tight situations that you are in with moving, you twist and turning your body with weight that you really shouldn't be doing. And this is how injuries happen. And I already have an injury. I got 2 injuries, and I'm just not, I've sacrificed my body from 2010 to 2013. And then when I was forced to come back out 2020 to 2022 at an older age, 40 to 42, I don't have that. I don't have that. I wouldn't be able to properly train someone at this point in my life. My body just can't do it no more, bro. When I go to the gym, I know how to pace myself so that I can stay in shape and look good, right? But when it comes to moving, the endurance factor, I can do 2-3 moves and not pass out, right? But some of the things, like maybe like a 500-pound arm work, I already got a bad shoulder, so I wouldn't be able to handle all that. The shoulder gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. I know it's gonna go because I can't even bench press 215 pounds no more. I can, but I got that fear because when I pick that bitch up, it's like, man, this shoulder ain't as strong as this one. So no, I'm gonna be put in a situation where something gonna go bad. I'm straight. I can't do it. It's a wrap. It's over with. Marky Mark. I'm like a basketball player that's been playing and I'm at retirement. I'm like Jordan. My knees ain't good no more. I got the bad knees. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the guy that came in, had the big contract, made all the money, and beat my body up because I got 6 rings. I got 6 rings. But I tore my body up, for those multi-million-dollar contracts. So like they got the bad knees, I got the bad shit that come along with moving. Because in 2020 through 2022, listen, it was rough for the kid. It was rough. Now it was rough because people wasn't working, which is I had to get back out there. But even the people that was working, still coming to work, they had PPP and they was getting money too. And it was plenty of days where Mark was on the truck when I should have had 2 other people and I only had 1. It was days when I had to go above and beyond because even with the people that was still working wasn't coming to work. I'm focusing on my route, and then at the end of the day, I had to go help somebody else's route. I had a 5-hour move one time that took 10 hours because I was short a man. And then the guy that was with me was new. I remember a job where a guy didn't come to work during the pandemic, and it was a tough move. It was a 3rd floor to a 2nd floor, right? And it was a 3-man route, right? This job was scheduled to take about 6 to 8 hours, right? One reason was because it was about an hour travel time from the city out to, he moved out to Bensonville, right? But the move out was kind of labor intensive because it was in Wrigleyville, parking is trash. So, the carry was a little bit longer. The scope of the setting of the job was a third floor apartment, and the third floor was a duplex. So it was really 4 flights. The bedroom was on the second floor. So we had to go up 3 flights to get to this guy's apartment, and his apartment on the third floor was a duplex. So we had to go up another flight to get the bedroom. So it was really a 4th floor with 2 guys because one guy didn't show up to work because he was balling with his PPP money. That move killed me. It killed the 42-year-old man, right? Because I had to do my job and I had to do the job of another person, and so did the other person that was with me. And the person that was with me was a killer. Shout out to Tim. But that job, that was one of them jobs that killed me. It killed me so bad because this guy, everything this guy had was heavy. So it wasn't no, all right, we're going to interchange carrying heavy shit. All right, y'all get that dresser. All right, you come off, you go do that. I'm going to help him with the next heavy thing. All right, now you fall off, you rotate back. I'm going to help you that. Now I fall off, y'all two get the next heavy shit. No, me and Tim had to carry every single thing in that unit, and everything this dude had was heavy. Everything. He was so ignorant. This is how ignorant this motherfucker was. Excuse my language. He lived on the 3rd floor, and his apartment on the 3rd floor was a duplex. So their bedroom was on the 4th floor, right? He didn't take anything out of his dressers. Listen, he was so ignorant and entitled. We like, yo, I moved the dresser to see how, don't you know when you a mover, you kind of just shake to see how heavy it is before you start. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker like 3 or 4 bodies in here. He's like, man, shit ain't that heavy. Don't look that heavy. Man, I opened up the drawers. Every single drawer was stuffed with shit. Hey, yo, you didn't pack your drawers. Oh, I thought we could just leave the stuff in there. Man, I told dude, I said, listen. And normally I didn't do that. I said, listen, you live on the 3rd floor. That's a duplex. You want us to carry this shit down 4 flights of stairs. As heavy as it is. Like, you really, I'm looking at like you, is this what you really want? Well, man, I don't have any boxes. I said, well, you got some garbage bags? Like, I'm not finna, that thing, it was heavy to the point where I had to hold the customer, like, yo, we not doing it. We not doing it. It was too heavy, and the stairway was too tight, right? But everything he had was heavy. So we get to the drop off. It's a 2nd floor, but it's one of those 2nd floors that there was no landing, and it was a steep shot up. Like, when I say it was steep, it wasn't like, it was like steep. That move was so bad for me. And I did a great job. Nothing got damaged, right? I sacrificed my body. But my lower back was screaming. It was so bad that I had to go to urgent care. That's how heavy that shit was. And we didn't get a break. This man was on the clock from the moment we started, let's say about 9 o'clock, to the moment we finished at about 6. We didn't take a break. I drove the truck from the city out to the suburbs. Tim got to fall asleep for the little 45-minute ride. So I didn't get a break at all. My lower back was killing me. After 2 days of it just hurting, I had to go to urgent care. It was nothing. I didn't pull a muscle. I think I just strained something. So they gave me muscle relaxer and what else? It was the muscle relaxer for the some for inflammation. I think muscle relaxer or the muscle ibuprofen. So Flexeril, right, was the muscle relaxer, and ibuprofen. And you know, I obviously once my lower back healed, you know, it's fine. But that move strained me, right? Well, I think it was like $1,900 or something like that. But that's not something that I'm looking to come back to do. You know, I don't have to do it by the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna put myself through that anymore, so that I could create content around it, right? Or put some people to work. They can come watch this, and then they can put themselves to work. That's what that's going to be. When you benchmark, start with 135 and gradually increase the weight. Put a little pressure on your shoulder, and it's going to come back for you for sure. I think I'm going to have to go to therapy for my shoulder. I think I'm just going to go to therapy, man. Probably at the end of the summer. I'm just going to go to therapy and see if therapy works for my shoulder. Train new folks to tie down cars and bikes probably ain't easy, and some just can't grasp it. Yeah, I've learned that some people I've hired people and they just couldn't grasp it, and I've had to fire people. Training is tough no matter what freight you're moving. I moved general freight, a few cars and motorcycles with dope and then close straight. Sheetrock hell too. Man, I could tell you a story about sheetrock. Back in my earlier days, loaded a 26-foot box truck from top to bottom, from front to back. And delivered it. This was maybe 2013, maybe. Yep, 26-foot box truck full of not shrink wrap, but sheetrock, drywall. It was hell. It was hell. Yep, I've done that too. Yep. So when you building, and when I say, yo, I rarely turn something away. Rarely, you know what I'm saying? It's like I was telling Kelvin earlier, like you turning money down is a luxury, right? And if you're fortunate enough that you can walk away from certain jobs and turn certain jobs away, that's a luxury that is awarded to you after you put in the work to get to that point. You got to put in the time and the effort to get to that point. That's a luxury, right? That you can turn jobs away. You know, this job too small for me. I will pass on it. You know what I'm saying? But back then I took any and everything. I didn't turn nothing down. I wasn't walking away from nothing. You can tell another story when sheetrock was used. I already know where you're going with it. We're going to have to end the live on that note. We're going to have to end the live on that note. Damn, James, you only 5'2"? You don't look 5'2" from the upper half of you. Yeah, we're going to have to end the live on that note, HD Walk. All right, so appreciate everybody for tuning in. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Peace. Let's do some little going out music.
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know.
It was a content creator that was making fun of me. The same one yesterday, because I'm not married. Just some of the lame shit people do.
Bitch, I'm the man. I'm the man. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. Got no wife, but the wife be my girl. Got no wife, but the wife be my girlfriend. I don't know what y'all been told. Shout it low back on the map. What's up? That's what happening there. And you know I keep 17.5, same color t-shirt. So what's happening?